Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again. As always, just got around to finish watching the football, my friends. Liverpool, Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. It was 2-2 in the 93rd minute. Up steps Virgil van Dijk. Heads it in, 93-minute goal to win 3-2. So yeah, that'll do for me. Dink dank do. So with that being done and dusted, and me being such a happy chappy, I thought I'd make a quick video and have a chat to you guys about something that I spotted earlier tonight. Now, can you cast your minds back about a month or so ago when Monsieur Macron flew over from France for a state visit for the weekend, where he and Keir Starmer were bosom buddies for 2 whole days, hoovering up the devil's snow off a rotting carcass somewhere, namely Madame Roselle Macron, of course. And they came up with that deal together in some kind of drug-fueled catatonic state that they must have been in, whereas we export one-hour wordists where we import a PDF file from France, just as like a straight exchange. I mean, totally logical. What could possibly go wrong? Well, I think it was late last week, the very first flight of one singular one of these illegal immigrants was supposed to be boarding to go back to France. Never took off. He never left. I think it was down to some kind of protest or something like that. Well, one was supposed to take off. One was supposed to take off yet again yesterday afternoon. Another singular migrant out of the thousands that have floated over in the last few years home from France. One singular migrant was supposed to be flown back to France. And guess what? No migrant flew off. Do you know why? Because his legal team put in a last-minute human rights breach bid to the High Courts, and he was allowed to stay. The plane did indeed take off, but with no sod on it. I mean, yeah, I'm not even going to go there. Let's just read what's been happening here, shall we, guys? Oh, dearie me. Another 2 deportation flights took off with no migrants today, in a major blow to Starmer's one-in, one-out deal. An Air France plane was due to depart from London Heathrow this morning, but their seats were completely empty. There was also no migrants in the second flight set to arrive in France this afternoon. It comes as Labour's flagship one-in, one-out, one-out deal was thrown into chaos after a migrant won a bid to have his deportation blocked in a last-minute High Court legal challenge this week. One-in, one-out, that's like... It's like stopping a sinking ship, trying to bucket out the water that's pouring into your ship with a teaspoon. One singular teaspoon, more pour in. It's exactly the same here. There's got to be something, I'm not sure what, I'm not a political mastermind obviously, but there's got to be something that a British government can do to stop these High Court rulings. Well, there is. Leave the ACHR. I think it goes a bit deeper than that, but something can be done. But like I've said many times before, they don't want to stop this. It's imperative that we keep pouring in all these people, all in the name of the GDP, which is obviously stagnant. It's not going up, it's not going down, it's just there. Stagnation, as Nigel Farage likes to call it. Human rights lawyers made an urgent application, against the Home Office this afternoon on behalf of an Eritrean asylum seeker. Yeah, because Eritrea is just filled with full-blown conflict at the minute, isn't it? The unnamed 25-year-old man who arrived on a small boat last month was due to be removed from the UK on a flight at 9 a.m. tomorrow. But his counsel, Sonali Naik, surprise, Sonali Naik, good old British name there, KC, argued that he faced a real risk of destitution if he was deported. Get your fucking violins out, my friends. She told the court that a third asylum seeker in France are not to be... She told the court that a third of asylum seekers in France are not accommodated and they are only given a daily allowance of €7.50. Now, let me tell you guys, right? I could live on £7.50 a day. For the bare essentials, simply to stay alive, I could live on £7.50. I'm pretty sure you guys could live on £7.50. Tin of beans, bread, some water. That's all you really need to stay alive per day. You don't need, how much did they get here? Is it like £150 a week or something stupid like that? I mean, there's a lot more money than France is offering these people. Why should France accommodate them? Keep them in tents, making them as uncomfortable as possible. Well, sorry, poor over here. Well, that's not really such a glamorous idea, but you understand what I'm saying. France has got the fucking head screwed on. When Macron came here and he said, you are making it far too easy with the amount of benefits we are giving to these people. He is completely right. And yet again, I don't blame him not for lifting a fucking finger to stop these people from leaving his country, because if the shoe was on the other foot, I wouldn't want the government to stop these people leaving and floating over to France. Would you? She also claimed that he was vulnerable and had been the victim of trafficking after fleeing Eritrea. Once again, get the violins out. Mrs. Nayak sought a temporary block on the man's removal until his case could be fully heard, which should take absolute years. And in the meantime, he'll just get lost into the system and be allowed to stay anywhere. That's the way these people work. It's absolutely fucking abhorrent. Kate Grange, KC for the Home Office, defended its plans, saying that there was a strong public interest in allowing the deportation to go ahead to deter small boat crossings. This isn't going to be a deterrent for small boat crossings, my friends, right? If I was one of these people, desperate to get to this country, and I knew it was just a simple one in, one out, the chances of me being chosen to be one out and one in are completely astronomical. You've got more chance of winning the lottery than your name being picked out of the hat to get ported back to France. It simply doesn't work. It's unworkable. There must have been some kind of narcotics involved in dreaming up this plan. It is simply unworkable and illogical. It's as simple as that. And I don't understand why this burden has to fall on the British taxpayer. If these people are so destitute, €7.50 per day, which is perfectly fine, like I said earlier on, for staying alive per day, the bare essentials. You don't need phones, you don't need cans of lager, you don't need cigarettes and all the rest of the bullshit that we seem to be throwing at these people. It's absolutely fine. You've got a roof over your head, you've got a tent, you've got a sleeping bag, you've got some money in your back pocket, you've got some food, you've got some water. That's fine. You're surviving, you're not dying of starvation, there's no famine there. These people expect royal treatment for breaking into a country. I don't understand why it has to fall on our lap. Let's just say, for example, you go to someone's house and you, pretend to be an Iron Huff or something, you tend to be gay. You tell people that you're going to the house, the people's house that you're staying in. Oh, I'm so destitute. You won't expect that family to offer you room and board free of charge for the fucking duration. Yeah, they might make you tea, they might give you a drink, but then you get hoofed out after. That's it. Wash your hands of them. That's not how you treat someone else's home like these people do. I'd have a lot more respect for Keir Starmer if he just told the truth. Called a press conference tomorrow in front of the fucking nation, put his hand on his heart and say, look, I'm sorry, I can't stop the boats. I have failed. I am handing in my resignation and I am calling a general election for next month. I'd have a lot more respect for the man instead of dreaming up these bullshit fucking plans and these fucking excuses. We're stopping the boats. We've deported 10,000 people. Bollocks. No, you haven't. Stop lying and just be honest. For once in your life as a politician, be honest. Call a press conference, say you can't do it, say it's unworkable, and hand the baton to somebody else. Would you have more respect for Keir Starmer if he did that? I'm pretty sure you would. Anyway, guys, that's my video. Please do let me know what you think in the comments as always. Carpe diem, and I shall see you in a bit. Cheers.